Yes, good afternoon all. I heard that the batch got separated. Yet good number of students are there. Oh, such a huge batch. Good. Anyhow, once again, good afternoon. In fact, we discussed the universe and all other the overlapping conditions. Now we need to enter into our main course. Starters are done. Soup is done. Now we need to enter into the main course. Come on, give the heading as the geomorphology. Give the heading as the geomorphology. Now what do you mean by geomorphology? Come on. What are the contents we are going to see in the geomorphology? And already I have explained what is the literal meaning of the geomorphology. Give the first name of the chapter. Geomorphology is a combination of three Greek terms. One is geo is, then ology, study. Then what about morphing? Morphing is nothing but morphing or morpho, nothing but change. Whenever any change happens over the earth's surface, that change needs to be studied because we are living on the earth's surface. And so whenever any change happens, definitely we should be knowing. And we need to discuss, we need to study how the change has happened. But the question is, are the changes really happening? Is there any example? If any change is happening, there should be one example, right? Are the changes really happening? What is an example? Come on. Earthquake, very good. Then weather conditions, climate change, sea floor spreading. No. I am talking about, say I have taken birth in so and so year. Right from that particular year till now, I want to see this place, which is a plain, to be converted into mountain. But I am unable to see this one. Are the changes are really happening or what? What is that change? Come on, give one example so that we can literally believe, yes, the change has happened on the earth's surface. Volcanic eruption. The height of the mountains are increasing. Are we seeing? Erosion is happening. Melting of the glacier, yes. Earthquakes, what is the best example? Earthquakes, volcanoes, all these are the best examples. I will give you one best example. Right from your childhood days, you are being taught like Himalayas are considered as the young mountains. Got the point? Himalayas are considered as the young mountains, meaning what? Young like you. They are young like you, right? When we say the young mountains, meaning what? They have taken their birth in the recent past. They took birth in the recent past. What is the recent past? 20 million years. This is the recent past, right? Just recently, 20 million years back, Himalayas have taken birth. Now the question is, the moment once the Himalayas have not taken birth, now they have taken birth. Earlier, the birth of the Himalayas, what was that area was having? Was it a plain? Was it a plateau? Was it another mountainous region? Or was it a valley? Or was it a sea? We don't know. That was a definitely non-mountainous region. A non-mountainous region got converted into mountainous region. Right? Whenever a non-mountainous region is getting converted into mountainous region, meaning what? Change is happening. That is what the evidence. When we say Himalayas are the young fold mountains, how can we say that they are young? Because of radiocarbon dating technique. Whenever you are going for the technology called as the radiocarbon dating technique, we can calculate the precise age of that particular rock. When the rock age is calculated, when we have taken the two rocks, one from the Aravalis, another from the Himalayas, which rock is a younger rock? It is the Himalayan rock. Therefore, we say that they are the young mountains. When we say they are young, recently they have taken birth. Before the birth, what was the area consists of? Something, not a mountainous region. When a non-mountainous region is getting converted into mountainous region, meaning what? Yes, change is happening. This is what the change. When such change is happening, we need to study. Excuse me. We need to study. Such a study is called as. This is what the geomorphology. Clear. What are the units we are going to see in this mighty chapter? This is the mighty chapter. What are the contents we are going to see? Come on, let us see the contents. The first and foremost unit is called as. We will be starting with a very small topic called as rocks. We'll be starting with a very small topic so that we can understand the geography with the basic material. What is the basic material? Like rock? Then from there we'll be entering into the larger and important topics like Earth's interior. Come on, take down this one. Earth's interior. All the contents of geomorphology. Then the third one is called as geomorphic processes. Then the fourth one is called as the continental drift. The continental drift. The concept is called as the continental drift concept. Then the next one is called as the sea floor spreading. The sea floor is getting spreaded out. Then the very important one is called as the plate tectonics. And the last one, landforms. These are the contents we are going to see. There are 7 units within the chapter called as geomorphology, and these are the 7. 1, rocks. We'll be starting from the rocks. Give the heading as rocks. Now you'll be getting a doubt in your mind. What is this one? I want to become a great collector and I came all the way from my hometown to Delhi. Now we are forced to read rocks or what? What is a rock? Rock is such a waste material. Whenever that comes in between, we'll be hitting with your leg and you'll be moving out. Do we need to study rocks or what? क्या सोचा मैंने? क्या पढ़ रहा हूं अभी? This is the mindset, right? Do we really need to discuss about the rocks? If the rock will be there on the road, but never will care. But is it that much necessary to read the rocks? Why? Come on, tell me. Whenever we are doing one job, we need to understand whether that work is important work or not, right? Now we are going to read about the rocks. Is it that much important? Why it is important? Now tell me. To understand? History. Then for agriculture purpose, different types of minerals, type of sand that is present, nothing but the soil, okay? Economic importance, then forms of rock, very good. Then what is the main purpose? Why we need to discuss rocks? To study the past. Now, to study the past, we should be there on the planet Earth. Right? Got the point? If the rocks are not there, there won't be any life. Is it so, sir? Really? Are you just giving a statement or is it true? See the thing that happened. Recently what happened? In fact, the scientists in the so-called organization. What is the organization? Everyone know this one? North Atlantic Space. Right? This is the American Space Agency. Right? It is called as NASA. What is ours? Ours is ISRO. Too good. You are too good. Fine? Now understand this one. These people, they want to check, are we alone on the planet Earth in our solar system, and even are we alone in the space? They want to check. When they were checking the life on the other planets, first of all, They didn't randomly see all the planets of all the stars. They identified one zone where life can happen. What is that zone where the life can take place? They discovered a zone called as, what is a zone? A very, very important zone called as Goldilocks zone. They discovered a zone called as Goldilocks zone. What is this Goldilocks zone? Goldilocks zone is such a zone within the distance between the sun and the planet where the life is feasible. Every chance is there for the life to take birth. What is this one? If at all, this is a star. Any star for that matter. Maybe our sun or maybe some other star. The star will be emitting the light. Because of the light that is emitted, there will be such a position for the planet where the temperatures are neither too hot nor too cold. This is the area where the life can be at comfortable condition. The life can take birth. This zone is called as Goldilocks zone. In the case of our solar system, this is our sun, it is our earth. The distance is almost all 150 million kilometers. The distance is 150 million kilometers approximately, where it is called as one astronomical unit. It's called as one astronomical unit. This distance is the Goldilocks zone for our sun. Because of the intensity of the light emitted by the sun, in this area, the temperatures will be quite conducive, like around some 16 degrees centigrade. If at all you are seeing other planet like Mars, where the temperatures can be more than 50 degrees centigrade, or maybe not more than, let me write, the temperatures can be less than 0 degrees centigrade. Whenever you are seeing other planet like Venus, the temperature can be more than 50 degrees centigrade. In this temperature, life cannot luxuriously grow. In these temperatures also, life cannot sustain properly. Where the life can be luxuriously growing, it is in those environments where the temperature should be very feasible. Neither it should be too cold nor too hot. It should be just apt so that the life can grow wonderfully. And so the plants are growing, and so the animals are flourishing here. Got the point? This zone is called as the Goldilocks zone. Likewise, every star is having certain intensity. Because of that intensity, this particular distance may vary. But definitely every star is having such a zone where the life can happen. If in that zone, if there is a planet, then the people will be searching for life on that planet. That is what the concept of Goldilocks zone. Is it clear? What is a Goldilocks zone? Goldilocks zones are such zones where the temperatures are quite conducive for the life to happen. Come on, write down that Goldilocks zone. What do you mean by Goldilocks zone? Goldilocks zones are the life zones. Goldilocks zones are the life zones. Life, L-I-F-E, life zones, where the temperatures are so pleasant for the life to happen. Temperatures are so pleasant for the life to happen. This is what the Goldilocks zone. In the year 2013, now after writing this one, stop writing, look at the board. In the year 2013, something happened. What is the something? In the year 2013, NASA was looking at or searching for the Earth-like planet in the Goldilocks zone. Luckily, they discovered one star. And for this star, there was a zone, Goldilocks zone. In that Goldilocks zone, there was a planet, which is the double the size of Earth. When the planet is there in this Goldilocks zone, then the people guess that, yes, every chance is there for the life to happen here. And they named this planet as 55. They named this as 55 Cancri E. This is the name given for that planet. Now the people started celebrating. Yes, we discovered a planet which is double the size of the Earth. Whenever it is double the size of the Earth, meaning what? Double the resources. The climatic conditions are highly conducive, so that might be plants are there, might be some other minerals will be there. Too good, we can research on this one. They named the planet and then they started the work. What is that work? The research. What type of climate is there, like what type of environment is there, whether the atmosphere is there, good or not, oxygen is there or not, what type of plants are there. This is what they want to check, whether the life is there or not. When they want to check, first of all, they focused on what type of material this is made up of. What type of mineral composition is there in the rock. This is what their idea. The moment once they started doing certain research, then they came to know that this particular planet is completely made up of a diamond. The entire planet is a diamond. Just like, whenever you are going, you will be seeing big rocks, huge rocks. Imagine that a huge rock is a diamond. So many rocks, so many diamonds. Entire planet itself is a diamond planet. The moment once the people discovered that this is a diamond planet, what they did? They didn't get lured because of the diamonds. Immediately, the very next second, they abandoned the program. They canceled the research. They stopped the research. Why? Because they don't want the diamonds, they want the rocks. Unlike us, we want more diamonds. Right? But these people, they want the rocks because life will be given by the rock, not by the diamond. Maybe love may be given, that's a different story, okay? Life is there because of the rocks, not by diamond. Therefore, they stopped the program. This is the diamond planet that was discovered recently. And in fact, there are so many such diamond planets in our entire Milky Way. In the Milky Way, there are so many such planets which are the diamond planets. You can see these diamond planets, how they are in your YouTube. You can type 55 Cancri, but not right now. You write down this thing, and after going home, you can find this 55 Cancri and see the diamond planet. Everywhere diamonds, meaning what? Everywhere rocks, just like whatever you are seeing the rocks in the day-to-day life. On the same lines, you can find the diamonds. This is what the planet. If we can bring that planet close to Earth, then it will be too good, but unable to bring. That's a different story. Got the point? Meaning what? Rocks are very important. For the life to happen, what is important? Rock. You people are talking about the minerals, you're talking about some other soil, you're talking about some other things, but what is the basic thing? That is what the life. For the life to happen, what is very important, essential and very imperative material? It is the rocks. Got the point? If the rocks are not there, there won't be any life. The scientists are searching for the rocks. That is the importance of the rock. And so, it is we need to discuss the rocks. Is it clear? Is it clear? Like, why to read the rocks? Normally, rock is looked very low. But, right from today, should not look rock down. Whenever there is a rock, take the rock. Oh, kya rock. Life he has given. Okay, it is what the God, in fact. Means what? Your attitude should change towards the rock. Right? What is the definition of the rock? Come on, give the definition of the rock. Rock is an aggregate of minerals. Rock is an aggregation of minerals, or simply aggregate of minerals. Rock is aggregate of minerals. Minerals helps in the industrialization for a country. Minerals helps in industrialization. Any country, if developed industrially, is said to be economically developed country. Is said to be economically developed country. Is said to be economically developed country. Full stop. So, for the economic development of any country, so for the economic development of any country, study of rocks is. For the economic development of any country, study of rocks is imperative. Study of rocks is imperative. What do you mean by imperative? It's not simply essential, highly essential. It's very, very essential, highly essential. Then only a country can develop. The country can develop because of the minerals. Where the minerals are present? In the rocks. Is it clear? That is what the importance of the rock. See the geographers. Geographers are not simply mentioning rock is a very important element to study. They are explaining in a beautiful fashion, like the rocks consist of minerals. Minerals helps in industrialization. Any country which is industrially developed is said to be called as economically developed country. So for the economic development of any country, what is important? That country has to focus on its rocks. The study of the rocks is very, very important. Is it clear? The best example. See the best example. Let me connect with this one. This is what there is given in every material or textbook. Now, see the connectivity. What is happening right now? There is a country called as Japan. All you people are well aware, right? Recently what happened? Shinzo Abe assassinated. Okay, too good. All you people are wonderful. Japan is the only Asiatic country which is called as a developed country. You might be seeing so many countries which are developed countries, but which is that Asiatic country which is said to be highly developed? It is Japan. What type of mineral resources are there in Japan? How many minerals are there in Japan when compared to India? Who is having more resources? Is it India or Japan? India right now. Because whatever the minerals that are there in the Japan, the main land of Japan, all they were extracted, utilized already. When the minerals are utilized, the country became developed country, economically developed country. Now there is exhaustion of minerals, there is no mineral. Now they are depending on imported minerals, especially importing from the countries like India. In fact, we are sending minerals every time to the country called as Japan. What we are sending? We are sending iron, we are sending aluminum, nothing but the bauxite resource. We are sending so many minerals, not just 1-2 minerals. All the minerals are sent in a form of raw material. If any country is exporting the raw material, that country is called as a developing country or underdeveloped country. And so we are. But when a country is said to be called as a developed country, whenever the country is exporting the finished goods, what Japan is doing, we people here in India, we feel so proud in sitting in the Honda car, in the Honda City car. We love to use the gadgets made of Sony. We love to watch the TV, which is called as Onida TV, right? All the very high-end technological products are from Japan. But whose iron is that one? Whose iron was that? Ours iron. Whose aluminum was that? Ours. Whose copper was that? Ours. All the material we have exported in the form of raw material and we are importing. The raw materials are exported at the throwaway price and we are importing at a high cost. That is what is happening in the present scenario. Not just Japan. You talk about any automobile right now in India, which is a leading automobile company. All the automobile companies are from, basically I'm talking about the Asiatic. Let us forget about the European vehicles. The country like South Korea. One is South Korea, another one is Japan, another one is China. The automobiles like Hyundai, South Korea, Kia, South Korea, Honda, Japan, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Japan, right? You talk about all the premium and the automobiles, all they are from these countries, and these countries, if at all you are comparing the geographical area of Korea, this Korea is very small country when compared to our mighty India. The geographical area is very less. When the geographical area itself is less, well, how many varieties of rocks can be there? Less. When the varieties of rock itself is less, then what about the minerals? Do you think that good number of minerals will be there or what? No. And so they are also depending upon our minerals. Got the point? What is happening right now? We are extracting the minerals, all the minerals from the deep inner layers. Nothing but the rocks are extracted and we are supplying the rocks to China, Japan and Korea. This is what is happening. If we can understand why it is the scenario, why can't we utilize our raw material? Why can't we convert our finished goods? There is some systematic flaw is happening right from some decades together. That is the point where your idea should get, the doubt should get in your mind. My job is to instigate the doubts in your mind. Why it is happening? Because you are the young minds, you need to know the reality. See, whenever you are seeing the automobiles, not just automobiles, I'm talking about a few things like automobiles. Talk about any consumer durable. You give any example of any company of a TV, come on, TV companies. You talk about any TV company that is either from China, Japan or South Korea. You talk about any air condition, again China, Japan or South Korea. You talk about any refrigeration, these countries. Majority of the consumer durables, majority of the automobiles are from these countries, and these countries we are exporting. For these countries we are exporting the raw material. We are exporting the raw material and you are importing the finished goods. Why? Why is it like that? Are we not in a position to convert the raw material into finished goods? That is a $1 million question. That doubt should be there in your mind. We will be discussing the same topic in the industries of India. Got the point? First of all, insertion of seeding of the doubt. The doubt should be there. You try to check why the industrial segment, the manufacturing sector in India is very low. Recently we came up with the policy called as Make in India. Right? We are talking about Make in India. Why Make in India only in the recent past? Why not in 70s? Why not in 60s? Even if the Make in India started almost all 1 decade back, almost all, some 6 to 8 years. What are the achievements? This will be the question in your mains part. What are the achievements of the Make in India? Discuss. From where the question was there from? From your thinking. If you can think like this, then you will be moving close to UPSC. Is it clear? Now, the rocks are the basic ingredients for the minerals. These rocks are of 3 types. After discussing the definition of the rock, let us talk about the 3 different types of rocks. What are the 3 very important types of rocks? All these things you are well aware of. Come on. Igneous rocks, metamorphic rock, very good. Sedimentary rock, very good. There are 3 types of rocks. Number 1, igneous rock. The first one called as igneous rocks. Second one, sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks. The third one, metamorphic rocks. Give the first side heading as igneous rock. The first side heading as igneous rock. Igneous rocks are the primary rocks. They are the primary rocks. They are the hard rocks. They are the hard, very hard rocks. They doesn't have any layers. Means what? They doesn't have stratification. There won't be any layer. What do you mean by stratification? Nothing but there won't be any layer by layer. Entire one block of material is the rock. There is no question of layer by layer structure. Then they contains crystals in them. They contain crystals in them. Now, see the point. These are some of the characteristics of the igneous rock. Hard rock. They are not having any stratifications. Entire one block is the rock. And they contain crystals. Whenever you are talking about the crystals, the best example. What is the best example for the igneous rock? Granite. Granite is the best example for the igneous rock. Now see the properties, like the crystals. Whenever you are polishing the granite will be twinkling. Have you ever seen in the showrooms? Every showroom now the people are placing the granite on the floor, top, roof, everywhere. Even the table is of made of granite. Why? Because of the twinkling property. Whichever is twinkling is more attractive. Why it is having that twinkling character? Because of crystals. What are these crystals? Why it has crystals? What is the importance of this one? Now, after understanding the characteristics of the rocks, now let us go in depth of why they are having crystals, how they are formed, all these things. Come on. Ignis in the Latin language means fire. What do you mean by ignis? In the Latin language, ignis means what? Fire. It's because of the rocks. It means nothing but the fire where the rocks are taking birth. How comes it is a fire is giving birth for the rock? Meaning what? Suppose if this is a surface, this is where we people are living. If you are going deep in the inner layers, as and when you go deep into the inner layers, what happens? The temperatures will be keep on increasing. When the temperatures are increasing, there will be a point where the rocks also get melted. Because of increasing temperatures, what happened? The rocks can also get melted. Sir, can the rocks melt, sir? Yes, the rocks melt. This molten rocky material, this is called as the melted rocky material. Nothing but molten rocky material is called as magma. This is called as magma. Right? What is a magma? Magma is nothing but a rock. But it is in which form? Not in the solid form. It is in the molten form. Meaning what? It appears just like the plastic-like structure, gel-like structure. What do you mean by gel-like structure? All you people are well aware of the hair gel. There were days where we used to apply the oil and we will be asking all the hair to sleep. But now, the people, it is called as spikes. That is what the style, okay. What you are applying? You are applying the gel. What is gel? Gel appears on the appearance. It appears just like a solid material. The moment once you are touching, how it will be? It will be liquid in nature. Exactly. The material will be like this. Gel type of material. Also, it can be compared with the grease. Have you ever seen the grease, the lubrication that is applied to the automobiles? On appearance, it appears a solid-like material. If at all you are putting your hand, the hand will simply go just like a liquid. Got the point? This is what the material, which is called as the molten rocky material called as magma. Since it has converted into molten material, it cannot stay there. Since it is having lesser density than that of these rocks, in all the possible ways. Suppose these are the rocks. The rocks are like this. This is one rock, this is another rock, this is another rock, this is another rock. In all the possible ways, wherever there is a gap, since it is liquid, wherever there is a gap, wherever there is a chance to erupt, it will be coming out. Got the point? Why it was not coming in the solid form? Because the solids cannot enter into these narrow, small gaps. But whenever it got converted into molten form, every possibility is there for these material to enter into the gaps. In the gaps and in the cracks, in the joints of the rocks, in the joints of the rocks, wherever the possibility is there, through all the possible ways, the magma used to come out onto the surface. The moment once it comes out onto the surface, what type of temperatures you can find? What type of temperatures will be there? Low temperatures. When compared to this area, the temperatures are low. When the temperatures are low, immediately this material converts into solid form. Why it got converted into liquid form? Because of high temperature. When the temperatures are low, it converts into again a solid form. Such a rock which was converted from magma or lava into a solidified rocky material is called as igneous rock. Sir, you are using another word, sir, called as lava. What do you mean by lava? What is lava? The very magma, when it comes onto the surface. The very magma, when it comes onto the surface, this is called as lava. There is no difference between the two. Much difference is not there. One difference is the space difference. One, it is located inside the Earth's interior. When it comes onto the surface, it's called as lava. Then is that the only difference, only the space difference or what? The moment once the magma comes onto the surface, because of the gases that are there are so many gases here, the gases readily get interact with the elements. What are the elements? Minerals. What is the rock consists of? Minerals. Whenever the gases get interact with the minerals, the chemical composition of this rock will get changed. Such a chemically changed rocky material is called as lava. What is the difference between the magma and the lava? Don't simply imagine like it is only the spatial difference. It's not just the spatial difference alone. Even the chemical composition also varying. And so there are two different names. What are the two different names? One is magma, another one is called as lava. Because of these two varieties of material, one is magmatic material, another one is lavatic material. One is magma, another one is lava. Because of these two material, the igneous rocks can be of two types. Igneous rocks can be of two types. What is that igneous rock? Which is the first one, and what is the second one? The moment once the magma comes onto the surface, and because of low temperature, if it gets solidifies. Because of low temperature, if it gets solidified. This is also solid rocky material called as igneous rock. Such igneous rock called as extrusive. It's called as extrusive. Extrusive igneous rock. What do you mean by extrusive igneous rock? Nothing but external. It is coming from the deep inner layers of the earth and is successfully reached onto the surface. Whereas sometimes what happens when the magma is coming out, might be this area is very such a hard rocky material, the magma failed to come onto the surface and got trapped here itself like this. In all this area, the magma got trapped. When the magma got trapped here, this is the area where the chamber is there, magma chamber. What type of temperature will be there here? It will be low temperature or the high temperature when compared to this area. Here the temperatures are very high. Because of this one, the rock got converted into semi-molten form. But here, at this depth, the temperatures are somewhat less than that of this area. And so, the temperatures are cool. Due to this one, this magma, not lava, this one. If it comes onto the surface, it's called as lava. If this magma got solidified, it got solidified. And so it is called as intrusive. It's called as intrusive igneous rock. Got the point? Meaning what? Whenever lava gets solidified, it's called as extrusive igneous rock. Whenever magma gets solidified, it's called as intrusive igneous rock. Igneous rocks are of two types based upon solidification. Who is getting solidified? Either it should be magma or it should be lava. What is the lava? The successful magma is called as lava. What do you mean by success? It is coming out from the deep inner layers successfully onto the surface. The moment once it came onto the surface, because of lower temperatures, immediately within no time it gets solidifies. Whereas the magma, whenever it gets struck up somewhere in the deep inner layers of the earth, the temperatures are much higher than that of the surface. Therefore, it also gets solidifies, but slowly. Got the point? It also gets solidified slowly. One is called as successful, another one is not so successful. It got trapped in the inner layers. It's called as intrusive igneous rock. This is extrusive igneous rock. Now the question: which rock can be stronger? This is igneous rock. This is igneous rock. Which rock will be stronger? Whether it be extrusive or intrusive? Extrusive. Intrusive. Everyone is for extrusive. Some are there for intrusive also. Which rock should be stronger? Extrusive or intrusive? Whenever you are seeing the one is hardness, another one color, another one the texture. What do you mean by texture? Nothing but the composition. the composition of the rock, whether if it get broken into pieces and pieces, how it breaks, whether it breaks into small granule-like structure or very fine material. This is called as texture. All they are depending upon the solidification, the nature of solidification. What is the time duration of solidification? Which rock will be solidifying very quickly? Extrusive. Why? Because lower temperature. Which rock will be solidifying very slowly? It is intrusive rock. The intrusive igneous rocks are more harder. The intrusive igneous rocks are more harder. Why? Because the solidification rate is very slow. Slow the rate of solidification, you can find hardness, more hardness. Also, the color is light in color, not dark in color. Why the darkness of the dark color will be there for the extrusive rocks? Because of change in the chemical composition, because of the reaction with the gases. And also, the texture is coarser. C-O-A-R-S-E-R, coarser, meaning what? The granule-like texture. Meaning what? If at all I am showing the rock, this is the rock, it is having the coarser material like this. If the rock is extrusive, it will be having the fine material. Is having the fine material. The best example for extrusive is basalt rock. The best example for this one, intrusive, is granite. The best example for the extrusive igneous rock is basalt rock. The best example for the intrusive igneous rock is granite. Is it clear? Which rock is very stronger? Intrusive, nothing but the granitic rock. Which rock will be having the coarser texture? The coarser texture, nothing but they are the crystals. And so they will be twinkling. These are the ones which are dark in color. These are the ones which are dark in color. Which is dark in color? Basaltic rock. Black in color. Because of, now understand this one. The magma came out successfully onto the surface, got solidified very quickly. What is the rock called as? Extrusive igneous rock. The best example, basalt. Wherever the volcanic eruption happens, the magma flows out in the form of lava and it gets deposited. Immediately, because of low temperatures, it gets converted into what rock? Basaltic rock. Right? The moment when the rock is there over the surface after some hundreds and thousands of years, maybe some millions of years, because of sunlight, because of rainwater, because of the wind, what happened? One day or the other day, the rock has to break, which is nothing but disintegration. Whenever the rock breaks, it turns into very fine powder material. Very fine powder material of which color? Black color. And so it forms a soil called as black soil. And so it forms a soil called as black soil. Meaning what? What you need to connect. See, this is what the theory that is given in the textbooks. But what, as a practical person, what you need to do, wherever you are seeing the black soil, many of you people are coming from the black soil region. Whenever you are seeing the black soil, wherever you see the black soil, what is your idea? You have to believe that on that particular piece of land, some millions of years back, lava has flowed there. Got the point? Wherever you are seeing the black soil right now, what is the condition? Some millions of years back, definitely lava has flowed here, or else this particular soil will not be there. That is what the link. Wherever you find the black soil, you need to reconstruct the past. In that particular area, the lava has flowed, and so right now, the soil variety is very, very fine variety. What type of soil you can find? In the black soil, the texture is very, very, very fine. Meaning what? What do you mean by fine texture? If at all you are taking some of the soil of the soil from the black area, you can find the material which is very, very fine-tuned material. Just like clay. If at all you are sprinkling water, the material gets compacted. The moment once the material gets compacted, you can't walk on that soil. In the black soil, whenever the black soil is wet, Can you walk very freely? The black soil holds your leg. You cannot simply walk. Why it is holding your leg? Because of the texture. What type of texture? Very fine texture. That is what the link. In all your lower classes, you read about this one. Black soil is very good for cotton cultivation. It is having sticky property. It is having sticky property. On wetting, it becomes thicker. At the same time, on drying, it develops wide cracks. This is what you might have heard about. You might have even seen. But why it is? Because of quick solidification of magma. Whenever the magma comes onto the surface, the chemical composition changes. At the same time, the quick solidification makes the texture very, very fine material. And so, wherever you see the black soil, the same properties will be there. Is it clear? That is what the link. What our education has given till this point of time is, they have explained the black soil, they explain the volcanism. What is not connected? How it is converted into the black soil is the connection you need to learn here. Whenever the connection is done, then you are very fit for UPSC. Is it clear? This is what the black soil. Now talk about this one. What type of color? Light in color. Light in color. What do you mean by light in color? It's not so dark. Why it is not dark? There is no question of chemical composition, change in the chemical composition, because the magma has not come up. Got the point? Therefore, this rock, whenever it is exposed, whenever it gets exposed, it will be definitely disintegrated. The moment once it gets disintegrated, it forms the coarser soil. Coarser soil. What is that coarser soil? Which is light in color. It appears reddish. It appears yellowish in color. This is what the soil that forms whenever the coarser material is there. Now see the link. We are not studying the soils. In the other class, exclusively we will be studying the soil. But I just want to establish the link between how to connect the topics. Each and every topic needs to be interconnected. If the interconnection is missing, you will be missing the connection with the UPSC. You need to develop the ability to connect the topics. That's why I'm giving all these things. We'll be having a separate class regarding what are the different varieties of soils you can find in India, what is a black soil, what are the characteristics. All these things will be studying. But here just I'm giving a idea to connect the topics. Is it clear? See this one, the granitic rock, whenever it is exposed, because of sunlight, because of rainwater, because of the fast blowing winds, it gets disintegrates. The moment once it gets disintegrates, it turns into coarser soil. Here it is fine soil. Here it is fine soil. It is coarser soil. Who will be having more water holding capacity? What do you mean by fine and the coarser soil? Suppose whenever you are seeing the soil structure, the soil structure will be like this. The soil structure will be like this. This is what the red soil. This is what the black soil. The black soil will be something like this. Both are the igneous rocks. Don't think that they are not the igneous rocks. Now, where do you find quick percolation of the water? Where do you find the quick percolation of the water? Right? Where do you find quick aeration? Meaning what? Air going into the deep inner layers. Where do you find quick evaporation? Again, because of this one, these soils low in percolation. Percolation means what? Water seeping into the inner layers. The seepage of the water is very slow, but high moisture holding capacity. Moisture holding capacity means what? High water holding capacity. Because of this high moisture holding capacity, these soils can be cultivated within a small or less amount of rainfall conditions. Got the point? Which of the following soils are having very great soil moisture holding capacity? Whether the red or black, it is the black. Got the point? This is what the condition for the coarser nature. Fine, coarser and the fine nature. Fine texture. The texture is having so great importance. What type of texture the rock is made up of? The moment once it is solidified quickly, it will be having fine texture, very fine texture. Easily erodable. But this is a coarser texture. And so, these soils are fit for dry farming. Whenever there is a rainfall, then only can cultivate. Or on irrigation, you need to cultivate. Got the point? Which is very smooth soil where we can penetrate your leg into deep inner layers, it is the one. Because of fine, this is not the one. Is it clear? That is what the link between the igneous rocks. The igneous rocks and the soil that is forming. Is it clear? This is about the coarser soil and the fine texture of the soil. The best example, basalt. Basalt is the best example for extrusive rocks, whereas granite is the best example for intrusive rocks. Sir, is there any other rock which is a very, very popular form of rock in the case of extrusive igneous rock? See, we are talking about the rocks. All you people are well aware that rocks are very important for the life existence. That you know. But are we using the rocks every day? Are we using the rocks every day? Example. Salt. Very good. Then are we using rocks every day? Every day. Without our knowledge, we are using that one, but we don't feel like there is a rock. There is a rock called as very, very soft rock called as talc. These rocks are powdered, made into fine material, and the flavors like laurel, lavender, chocolates, vanilla is mixed, and you people feel like this is my brand. Lavender is my brand. Got the point? We are using every day the powder. Which powder? The so-called face powder. You won't come outside, especially boys. Nowadays, more beauty conscious. Without applying the powder, the people are not coming out. Some of the people, they are storing the powder in their back pocket. Who knows when it is, when it, kab kaam mein aayega, pata nahi. When it is necessary, who knows? Got the point? What is that powder? Nothing but the rock. Also, there is another beautiful rock where the people love to use that rock. The people go to certain areas to go for cleaning the legs, especially foot, which is called as pedicure. Got the point? Pedicure, the people are using pedicure. What do you mean by pedicure? Rubbing your skin against one hard material. What is that hard material? Rock. What is that rock? What is this rock? Pumice is a rock. What is the use of this rock? Pumice is nothing but a variety of basaltic rock. Pumice is nothing but a variety of basaltic rock, but what is the greatest property of the pumice? It is having trapped gas particles. Whenever the volcanic eruption, meaning what? Whenever the magma is coming out, so great amount of gases got trapped in the rock and the rock got solidified. Whenever any amount of gas particles, the air is trapped within this rock, if at all you are throwing this rock into the water, can it be submerging? It cannot submerge, it will be floating. Are there any rocks which can float on the water? Yes, the best example. Floating rocks. What's that idea that is coming in your mind? Ram Setu, right? Whenever you are throwing the rocks can float. Yes, there are certain rocks which can float. The best example. See, that is what the missing link. What is the missing link? We are using every day and we don't know that is a rock. Got the point? You are using every day that you don't know that that's a rock. Is it clear? Likewise, we are using so many rocks every day. As and when we see the other rocks, we'll discuss what are the rocks we are using, right? Is it clear? Come on, write on. Igneous rocks are of two types. Always, what is the logic here? You need to think the subject in a very practical way. If the subject is understood in a very practical way, definitely it becomes easy for you to understand. Right? You have to apply. What is important in the UPSC is application. Whatever you read, it has to be applied in your day-to-day life. Then only the subject is of some use, or else what is the use of the subject? Is it clear? All the questions are asked in the UPSC are only on application oriented. You talk about any question. Let us see the previous year question papers. Almost all the questions are application oriented. I am talking about the mains part. You go to and see the mains question paper, especially the geographical questions which are related to India, definitely all they are application oriented. What is not given in the textbooks is application. What is given is only the core part. It is you need to develop the application out of the core part. Right? Come on, give the heading as. There are two types of igneous rock. One, extrusive, another one, intrusive. Extrusive and intrusive. When a lava gets solidified, when lava solidifies, what is lava? Which came successfully onto the surface. Okay. When lava solidifies, it is called extrusive igneous rock. Next point. When magma solidifies, it's called intrusive igneous rock. If lava solidifies, it's called as extrusive. If magma solidifies, it's called as intrusive igneous rock. Is it clear? Now, the example for extrusive igneous rock, basalt. Extrusive igneous rock, example, basalt. Pumice, P-U-M-I-C-E. Pumice. These are the best example for the extrusive igneous rock. These rock contains fine texture. They contain fine texture. Fine texture, meaning what? The granules will be very, very fine. The color is dark. And less hard compared to intrusive. Color is dark and less hard compared to intrusive rocks. Full stop. On disintegrating. Full stop. Continue. On disintegrating. What do you mean by disintegrating? Nothing but breaking. On disintegrating, they develop black soils. Now a question. In which state we can find the black soil? Come on. Maharashtra, then. Jharkhand, very good. Gujarat, too good. Karnataka, wonderful. Western part of Madhya Pradesh, wonderful. Then, Deccan means what? Which states? I am talking about the states. Telangana, wonderful. Then, Andhra Pradesh, too good. Then, only these states? Tamil Nadu. Some parts of Tamil Nadu you can find the black soil. These are all the states where you can find the black soil. Meaning what? Whenever you talk about the black soil, what should be the product there? Lava should be the one. Or else you cannot find the black soil at all. Got the point? This is the link. Then, intrusive igneous rock. Now see here, you people came to know very greatly in the past where the lava has flown. In which states? In all these states. Somewhere where we are not there at that point of time. Some millions of years back. At that point of time, on that particular state, the lava has flown. If there is a question over India, Indian Peninsula, which of the following states, the volcanic evidence was found. Now you are in a position to connect this one. Earlier, even though if at all you are reading the entire volcanism chapter in the textbook, you will be knowing only the process. What do you mean by volcanism? The process of eruption of magma onto the surface is called as volcanism. And you will be talking about different varieties of the things. But what is important is the connectivity. Is it clear? Now is it okay? Now, the next one, intrusive igneous rock. Intrusive igneous rock. Siding intrusive igneous rock. Acha, already have given that one, right? Intrusive igneous rock. When the magma solidifies in the inner layers of the earth, when the magma solidifies in the inner layers of the earth, when the magma solidifies within the inner layers of the earth, it's called as intrusive igneous rock. Example, granite. Granite, Granite, granite. Full stop. These rocks are more harder than basalt. More hard, HARD, than extrusive igneous rock. More hard than extrusive igneous rock. They are having coarser texture. Coarser, COARSER. They are having coarser texture, TXTURE. They are light in color. They are light in color. They are light in color. On disintegrating, when exposed, they develop red and yellow soils. On disintegrating, when exposed, they develop red and yellow soils. Right? These are the examples. Now, stop writing. Listen this one. Based upon the shapes, there are different varieties of intrusive igneous rock. And each and every shape was given a specific name by the geographers. What do you mean by based on the shape? The intrusive igneous rocks are called with the different names. What is the meaning? Suppose if this is a surface, somewhere in the deep inner layers, magma chamber is there. The magma chamber is there. Now the magma wants to come onto the surface. In the process, it is trying to come up like this. But by the time it reaches in the top layer was very hard. It couldn't come out. Therefore, it got trapped as a vertical pillar-like structure. In all the possible ways, wherever the joints are there, wherever the cracks are there, wherever the fissures are there, wherever the crevasses are there, in all those areas, now the magma got projected like this. Somewhere it is horizontal, somewhere it is vertical, somewhere it is a wave-like structure, somewhere the magma got projected into a wave-like structure, somewhere the magma got projected as it was coming like this, but got struck up, got converted into small dome-like structure like this. Wherever the gap is there, in between the rocks, in all those gaps, what gets filled up? Magma gets filled up and gets solidifies. Sometimes you can find a saucer-like structure. Is a saucer-like structure like this? See, this is a saucer-like structure. This is a small dome-like structure. This is a vertical pillar-like structure. This is a horizontal slab-like structure. This is a wave-like structure. For each and every structure, there is a different name given by the geographers. All the names are very important. This is a surface. All they are intrusive in nature. Meaning what? All they got trapped in the inner layers itself. All they are the intrusive igneous rocks. What are the different names? See the names. Whenever the magmatic projection is there, just like a vertical pillar-like structure, it is called as dike. This is called as dike. DYKE. This is called as dike. If the magmatic projection is in a horizontal slab-like structure, it's called as sill. If it is a wave-like structure, it's called as pacholith. It's called as pacholith. If it is a small dome-like structure, it's called as laccolith. If it is a saucer-like structure, it's called as lopolith. See, these are the different names that are given specifically based on the shapes of the magmatic solidification. Whenever we are talking about these specific names, these names, which are also called as not only intrusive igneous rocks, they are also called as volcanic landforms. They are also called as volcanic landforms, are also called as intrusive igneous rocks. You call with any name, like, because whenever the magma is coming up, what is the process called as? Volcanism. When the magma got struck up in the middle and got solidified, and so it is turning a different shape, which is called as land form. What do you mean by form? Form is nothing but a structure. Earlier it was completely liquid-like structure. There was no specific structure, but now it is having a specific structure, and so it is called as land form. Is it clear? Don't think that it is only this much of size. Only this much of size. It may be running for sometimes tens of kilometers. From tens of kilometers even to 100 kilometers. Don't imagine, since it is there written on the board, you feel like only this is a small cup and saucer. I know saucer. It will be just a saucer shape. Meaning what? Only this much of size. It may extend some thousands of kilometers. Clear? These are all the different structures. Very important point, what you need to remember is, these structures are basically asked for the preliminary point of view. Sometimes they may be giving the question like match the following. On one side they explain the structures, on the other side they will be giving the names for those structures, and you are asked to match. And they will be giving the options like only one pair is correct, only two pairs are correct, only three pairs are correct, all the pairs are correct, A, B, C, D. If you know, then only can give the answer, or else you cannot go for a lottery. What's the point? There were days the people used to go for a lottery. How? Do you know this one? Normally, what happens whenever there is an objective type, two options you will be eliminating. The tug happens between another two. Out of A, B, C, D, you will be eliminating C and D, but you will be having a dilemma between whether it is A or B. Majority of the people, they will be taking the chance. Let us go for A, let us go for B. They doesn't want to skip the answer. Some of the very charismatic people are there. They will be searching for the so-called ants. Ant. You know ant? They'll be leaving the ant on the question paper. Wherever the ant goes, they'll be. This is called as anticipation. Got the point? That is a Purana, Zamana, okay? That was a Zamana, but not right now. This is what the different names and the different structures, right? You need to remember the names and the structures. Then there is another one. Out of all this one, there is a big landform, so massive landform, which is called as, suppose if this is a magmatic chamber, the lava, nothing but the magma was coming up, but somehow it got struck up as a huge dome-like structure. Such a huge dome-like structure. Sometimes this huge dome-like structure appears over the surface also. Like this. Such a massive, huge dome-like structure sometimes appears over the surface also. How it is appearing over the surface? Earlier the land was up to here. Because of erosion, maybe because of the wind, or maybe because of the running water, slowly the material got eroded, and now it is appearing over the surface like this. Such a huge dome-like structure, this is called as batholith. This is called as batholith. Huge dome-like structure. Whenever such a domes are discovered, the people will be going for quarrying. And what is the material? Granite. That is how the granite is mined. All these are the granitic areas, meaning what? Granitic quarrying area. Got the point? Granite mining area, and sometimes whenever it is appearing on the surface, the granite quarry area. This is what the batholith. Batholiths are huge, massive dome-like structures which are coming all the way from the deep inner layers, sometimes some tens of kilometers, maybe some 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers of depth, and sometimes they will be rising even to the surface. That is what the batholith. If there is one batholith, no need to prepare for the exam. Got the point? Such a huge, economically valuable material. Is it clear? This is what the batholith. Fine. Come on, write down all these names. Sill. What is sill? Come on, explain sill. Sill is a horizontal slab-like magmatic projection. Horizontal slab-like, SLAB, slab-like magmatic projection. Horizontal slab-like magmatic projection. Then dike. Dikes are vertical pillar-like magmatic. Dikes are vertical pillar-like magmatic. Magma means what? The molten rocky metal. Okay, magmatic structures. Then paccolith, siding, PACCO. It's a wave-like. It's a wave-like volcanic landform. It's a wave-like volcanic landform. Then lopolith. Lopo, L-O-P-O, lopolith. It's a saucer-like volcanic landform. Saucer, S-A-U-C-E-R, saucer-like volcanic landform. Then laccolith, L-A-C-C-O, laccolith. It's a small dome with a flat base. It's a small dome with a flat base. See this one? The base is flat, but it is a dome-like structure. It's a small dome, but the flat base. Then batholith. What are batholiths? Batholiths are massive. They are massive dome-like structures. Massive dome-like structures. Stretches for some tens of kilometers. Stretches for tens of kilometers of depth. Stretches from tens of kilometers of depth up to surface. Up to surface, sometimes over the surface, sometimes even over the surface. These are the batholiths, right? What is the literal meaning of lith? Lith in the Greek language means what? Rock. Batho means what? Massive, massive rock. Lopo, nothing but saucer. You say lopo means what? It is a depression-like structure. Rock. Lith, nothing but rock. These are all the Greek terms. Here it is our Hindi or Sanskrit, the different names would have been there. Right? But since we are following the so-called the Western education, and so we are forced to read all these Latin words, then the Greek words and all these things. Right? These are the magmatic intrusion. This is about the igneous rocks. Then give the heading as the sedimentary rocks. Come on. Give the next one called as sedimentary rock. Give the heading as sedimentary rock. Listen now. Sedimentary rocks. What are these sedimentary rocks? Everyone, pay attention. Come on. Very important rocks. Why they are very important? See the value of these rocks. Suppose if this is a magma has poured lava onto the surface and has turned into mountain. What is the rock? Igneous rock, maybe basalt, right? Or maybe a dome is there which is surfaced over the surface, but because of the sunlight, because of the rainwater, because of the fast blowing wind, sometimes because of the ice, what happens? over a period of time, maybe some hundreds of years, maybe some thousands of years, this rock gets disintegrated, nothing but get broken. When the rock is broken into pieces and pieces, all the pieces will be falling here, right? These pieces of rocks will not be staying there itself because of again the blow of wind or because of running of the river water. What will be happening? They will be brought to such area. They will be brought to such an area where the area is called as low-lying area. Whenever there is a rainwater, whenever there is a rainfall, all the rainwater will be moving according to the slope of the land. Where they are moving? To a area where the low-lying is located, nothing but the slope is there. According to the slope of the land, the water will be moving. When the water is moving, what it will be carrying? All the broken rocky pieces. These broken rocky pieces are called as sediments. What are sediments? Nothing but all the broken rocky pieces are called as sediments. When all these sediments are accumulated at one place, like this. When all the broken pieces of rocks are accumulated at one place, in one season, maybe 100 years, in another 100 years, again, accumulation, in another 1,000 years, again, accumulated. When such accumulation is happening continuously, then what happens? There will be a great pressure from the top over the underlying sediments. Because of the pressure applied by the top material, upper material, what happens to the lower material? The lower material get compacted. What do you mean by compacted? They get cemented up. They get joints together because of the very great force applied from the top. Because of the compaction, maybe this particular piece of rock turned into one rock, which is called as sedimentary. This is called as sedimentary rock. What is a sedimentary rock? Which is made up of sediments. The process is called as sedimentation. What is the process? The process is called as sedimentation. What is the process that is happening? The overlying material is pressurizing underlying material, therefore they got compacted up. Such a compaction is called as sedimentation, and the product is called as sedimentary rock. Is it clear? Now listen this one, very important one. Whenever you are talking about the transportation of the material, do you think that only the broken rocky pieces alone will be trapped into this one? All the material, whatever the dust that is there, whatever the dust particles, whatever the broken branches of the plants, if at all a plant or the tree is died here, the tree also will be taken into this one. Not only this one, animals, if the animal is died here and the animal dead body is there, maybe a huge elephant is there, that elephant is also brought and it will be deposited here. Got the point? Because of so many material that is mixed up and they are compacted. Because of such compaction, what you can find in the sedimentary rock, the sedimentary rock is a first and foremost point is called as secondary rock. Is it a primary rock? Can we call this one as a primary rock? No. It is forming or deriving from other rocks. Therefore, it is secondary rock. Then it consists of nothing but stratification. It consists of all layer by layer structures. So many layers will be there. You can't find a sedimentary rock without layers. Whatever the rock you are seeing right now with layers is called as the sedimentary rock. Why? Because what is the basic condition? Sedimentary rock is because of sediments. Therefore, it has to be layer by layer structure. Right? Then, within the layers, what can be trapped? What can be trapped within the layers? What can be trapped? The organic matter, like live products can be. Dead plants or dead animals get trapped. Such a dead plants and animals are called as fossils. Now the question. See here. Whenever you are talking about the fossil, what is a fossil? Fossil is the dead remain of plant and animal. Normally, any organic product, nothing but the life entity, All we are the life entity along with the trees. Right? There are two lives on the surface of the earth. One is the plant life, another is the animal life. Don't ask me, sir, where is the human, sir? Human comes under animals. We are all big animals. Right? What we are called as? We are called as social animals. Okay, since we know social, therefore we are called as social animals. Okay, we come under the animals. What is the life that is there on the planet Earth? There are two lives. One is a plant life, another is animal life. What is life? Life is a product of three non-life entities. What are the three non-life entities? The other day also I am talking about lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere. What is our body made up of? All the body is made up of elements like carbon, iron, sodium, potassium. All these are the material, calcium. Right? All they are the elements that are there. Where they are derived from? The lith sphere, nothing but the rock sphere. Without rock, can there be life? Where the elements are from? The elements are from the rock sphere. Therefore, the rock is contributing for us. Also, gases. In the body, the gases are going in, going out. If these gases stop going in, not the point. Then water, 70% of our body is made up of water. When these three non-life entities get combined, what is developed? Life is developed. The moment once the life dies, the respective spheres demand back their elements. Got the point? The moment once the life ends, the respective spheres demand back their contribution. Come on, give me my lith part. All the elements get mixes up into the soil. The moment once we die, even though we are not buried, the body get decomposes and the material like skin, muscle, everything get mixes into the soil. What happens to the gases? Mixes into the atmosphere. What happens to the water? Mixes up into the hydrosphere. Got the point? Nothing is left over. Each and every part get assimilated into the nature. That is what the nature's law. But sometimes what happens? We escape decomposition. The life, maybe a plant life or maybe the animal life, escapes decomposition. How escaping decomposition? Maybe a big elephant got trapped here and the overlying material has fallen over this one. Because of this one, there is a intense temperature. There is a high temperature. Because of pressure, the high temperature is there. Because of such a great temperature, the bacteria, which is called as a basic decomposer, will not survive at that high temperature. When the bacteria is not there, the animal remained as it is permanently without decomposition. When it is not decomposed, it will be having the same structure. That dead remain of plant and animal is called as fossil. Where do you find fossils? 90% of the fossils are found only in the sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks are rich in fossils. Got the point? Now the next very important characteristics of the sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks acts as a history book. All you people know the history book? What is given in the history book? Whenever you are reading, you will be learning the past. Sedimentary rocks acts as a history book, meaning what? They provide the knowledge of geological past. What type of climate was there at that particular season? What type of temperature was there? What type of animals used to live? What type of flies was there? Everything is recorded in the layers of the sedimentary rock. Each and every layer of the sedimentary rock is acting as a page of history book, revealing the geological past. How do we know that once upon a time dinosaurs were there? Was dinosaur was having any literature or what? He was writing beautifully, kept for its sake in the form of a book and supplied to us. We decipher the language of the dinosaur and we came, yes, dinosaur, by name so and so. Is it the one or what? Who gave the knowledge? It is the sedimentary rock. How do we know that once upon a time there were huge rainfalls? Sedimentary rocks. Not just the sedimentary rocks, even that is recorded in the layers of the plants. When you cut a tree, the concentric rings will be there. Each and every concentric ring is providing some information of the geological past. On the same lines, the rocks are the one which are providing a very great information regarding the geological past. Which rock? Sedimentary rock. Can you find any such knowledge from the igneous rock? They are hard rocks, that's it. Got the point? They are primary rock, they are hard rocks, they are useful for making some weapons, then you can extract some minerals. But which rock is providing the geological past? It is sedimentary rock. Not only this one, because of the present means what? Because by studying of the present situation, especially studying the present rocks called as sedimentary rocks, we can reconstruct the past. Therefore, present is the key to the past. Present is the key to the past. Sir, what is this one, sir? Present is the key to the past. I didn't understand. Present is the information where we can directly see, we can directly touch, we can directly feel. By seeing that one, if you are analyzing the present, you can estimate the past. What is the best example? The best example is what we know right now. As on today, we know one area of the world called as West Asia. What is West Asia? It's a desertified area. Though it is a desertified area, what is available? West Asia is rich in which mineral? Which mineral? Oil, crude oil. In fact, every country is getting the oil from the West Asia, which is considered as fossil fuel. Now the question, see the question. When we talk about the fossils and we are talking about the fossil fuel, are both these two words, the fossil in the fossil fuel and the fossil in the sedimentary rock, are both they are one and the same? Now give the answer. All you people know that the globe is getting warmer and warmer because of burning of fossil fuels. This is what you will be reading in the newspaper, right? Fossil fuels are the culprit for the present day climate change. Because of the climate change, so and so thing is happening. Because of burning of coal, because of burning of the crude oil, what they are called as fossil fuels. Clear? Now the doubt is the word fossil in the fossil fuel, and just now we discussed something like, the dead plant and the animal in the rock called as sedimentary rock, called as fossil. The spelling is one and the same. I'm getting it out whether they are one and the same or not. Now respond. Are they are one and the same or not? No. Yes. If yes, why yes? If no, why no? The fossil in the sedimentary rock and the fossil in the fossil fuel, are they one and the same? Very good. Come on, you said the right answer. Someone said. In fact, someone murmured, not said. Okay. Now tell me. Okay. Now, see the answer, exact answer. The same fossil, what is a fossil? The dead remain of plant and animal over a period of time, maybe for some millions of years. Not 1 year, not 2 years. Some millions of years, it will get converted into fossil fuel. Meaning what? If I say like this, you will not be appreciating, understand like this. Suppose, if this is an area which is a rich forested area, so great forest, maybe Amazon, there is not even a single area or single space to enter. Such a thick jungle, right? Suppose if such a forest, because of some adjustments in the earth's interior, because of some disturbance, might be a massive earthquake was there, and all the forest got trapped into the inner layers like this. All the forest got trapped into the inner layers and the earth got closed like this. It got broken, nothing but earthquake, and all the forest trapped and got closed. What happens to this one? What type of temperatures will be there? high temperature in the deep inner layers. Because of this one, the bacteria will not present. When the bacteria is not present, definitely this organic matter, which is a life product, never never decompose. It has escaped decomposition. When it escaped decomposition, the material will be present as it is. When the material is present as it is, over a period of time, maybe some 200 million years, maybe some 80 to 180 million years, what happens? This very layer of one plant over the other plant, another plant over the other plant, turns into very big rock, which is called as fossil. What is it? Fossil is called as coal. This is what called as coal. If you see coal, it will be in a layer by layer structure. Why the layers are there? Because they are the layers of the plants which are compressed, compacted, sedimented. Got the point? Because of the force exerted from the top, they are compressed, compacted, and sedimented. That is called as sedimentation. That is what the coal. The moment once you are bringing the coal, now it has turned into black material. Why it has to be black? Because what is that life-giving element? All we people are, whatever the life you are talking about, all the life are carbon compounds. If you want to see carbon in you, because you are life, right? When you want to see carbon, come on, rub your body, you'll come that black material. What is that one? The carbon. No, sir, I have taken 4 times bath. Yet it is carbon. That is the reason whenever you are inhaling the oxygen, how comes the oxygen is going in and carbon dioxide is coming out? Because entire your body is made up of carbon. When the oxygen goes, what happens? It is meeting with the carbon compounds and getting converted into carbon dioxide. That is what the carbon dioxide. All the life entities are made up of the carbon compounds. Now, see the connectivity. Whenever the people discovered this coal, the coal is brought up, and the moment once it is ignited, the moment once it is ignited, what it is giving? Is giving the heat. What is heat? Is nothing but from where this energy came for the coal? Because energy can never be created nor destroyed, but can be converted into other form. What is that form? When the tree was there alive some millions of years back, what the tree did, it has observed the photo energy from the sun. Got the point? It has taken the photo energy from the sun, converted that photo energy into chemical energy. That chemical energy is stored in the plant. Even after some millions of years, that energy is stored and it wants to come out. The moment once the man is igniting this one, the heat that was trapped, the energy that was trapped, now it is releasing. The moment once it is released, this very heat is creating what? Creating what? The warming. Got the point? Where this energy was trapped in the deep inner layers, it was very much safe in the deep inner layers. It was not releasing the heat energy. It was very much safe in the deep inner layers. But what we are doing, we are extracting in the name of coal mining, because we want energy. What is that energy? Heat energy. And therefore we are extracting and we are igniting. And so it is burning. The moment once it burns, the energy that was trapped some millions of years back, now it is releasing, and it is released into the atmosphere. Got the point? Now it has become a fossil fuel. Got the point? Now it is acting as a fuel. What is fuel? Nothing but it is providing some energy. Same is the case. Now, same is the case. Listen this one. This is a big animal. This is a big animal which was feeding on the trees. What is there in the tree? Chemical energy, which is a converted form of photo energy. Now the chemical energy is present here. Because of some disaster, what happened? The animal died and it got trapped in the deep inner layers like this. Died? It got trapped. When it got trapped, what it has to undergo? It has to undergo decomposition. But at the deep layers, the bacteria is not present there. Therefore, it remained for some millions of years. This very animal product got converted into crude oil. That is what the crude oil. What is crude oil? Nothing but the animal product. Why the crude oil is having the energy? Because the energy was there in the animal once upon a time when it was alive. It was consuming the energy for its own survival. But because of some factors, somehow it got trapped in the deep inner layers and it died. But escaped decomposition. It didn't get decomposed. Whenever the decomposition has not taken place, the energy is waiting to release. Now it is the crude oil, which is extracted in the form of petrol, diesel, kerosene, naphtha, and all the byproducts. The moment once you are filling up your bike tank, you will be raising the accelerator, anything. You will be making so much of sound, especially someone is coming. You will be trying to cut a super show. Whose energy was that? Not your energy. Whose energy? Some power by dinosaur, some millions of years, that was storing its energy. Now that energy is there in your bike. And you are posing a big show. Got the point? That is the fossil converted into fossil fuel. Where it can be discovered? Where these fossil fuels can be there? Only sedimentary rocks. Where this coal can be discovered? Only sedimentary rock. Where this fossil can be there, fossil fuel can be there, only sedimentary rock. Because it is having layer by layer, got trapped. The animal got trapped in these layers. Got the point? This is what the sedimentary rock. And so even the natural gas. The big animals got converted into crude oil, and the smaller animals, especially the insects and all these things, got converted into the natural gas. All they are the fossil fuels. Once upon a time they were alive and therefore the energy was trapped. Right now they are releasing their energy, creating the warming. That's why fossil fuels are creating the climate change. Got the point? See the link from where to where we are linking up. This is what is happening. And it's all because of the sedimentary rocks. Now the point. What is the point? What is the statement we have given? Present is the key to the past. What is available in the West Asia? Oil, crude oil. In fact, that is the world's largest center where the crude oil is supplied to different parts of the world. What is the source of the crude oil? Dinosaurs. Some millions of years back, what was such a massive animal? Dinosaur. Meaning what? Once upon a time in the West Asia, dinosaurs were ruling the area. At that point of time, man didn't come onto the surface, but dinosaurs were there. Because of some factors, they got trapped in the deep inner layers. When they got trapped in the deep inner layers, right now the oil is found. When the dinosaurs are found in that area should not be a desert area as it is right now. Why it is not a desert area? The animals will be living in a good number, the great scale, wherever the food is available. What is the food? The forest. Therefore, that was a forest area, not a desert area permanently. Right now, it may be a desert, but it was not a desert throughout its lifetime. This is what the reconstruction. How we are reconstructing the past because of the present condition. The present is the key to the past. It's all because of the sedimentary rocks. The sedimentary rocks are acting as a sources of geological past. Is it clear? Come on, write down all these points. Give the heading as sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are the secondary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are the secondary rocks. They are stratified in nature. They are stratified in nature. They are stratified in nature. They contains fossils in them. Next point. They contains fossils in them. There itself, write down what is a fossil. Fossil is a dead remain of plant and animal. Right? Sir, whenever you are talking about the dead remain of plant and animal, we are also animal, that's what said. When we die, if we escape decomposition, what will turn into? Mummy. What will turn into? Mummies. Got the point? What is a mummy? Not our mummy. I'm talking about mummies, right? What is that color of that mummy? Always it will be dark in color. That is what? No sir, मैं बचपन में इतना घोरा था, बाद में काला, because carbon. All were the carbon elements, right? Could understand the link? This is all the link. You talk about any mummy, the mummy will be dark in color. Why? Because it is a carbon compound. All we people are the carbon compounds. Believed? Then the sedimentary rocks are the sources of the geological past. They are the sources of the geological past. They are the sources of geological past. Full stop. The next point. Sedimentary rocks are formed because of a process called as sedimentation. Sedimentary rocks forms by a process called sedimentation. Sedimentation. What do you mean by sedimentation? Compaction of sediments under high pressure. Compaction of sediments under high pressure. Right? Compaction of sediments under high pressure, also temperature also present, right? This is about the sedimentation. Example for sedimentary rocks. Example for sedimentary rock. Sandstone, limestone. Example for sedimentary rock, sandstone, limestone. All you people know about the material called as clay. Can we call clay as a rock? Yes, clay is also a rock. What type of rock? Sedimentary rock. Clay. Even mud. Mud is a sedimentary rock. MUD, mud. Mud is a sedimentary rock. That means what? Sedimentary rock can be either soft or hard. Soft like mud or clay, hard like sandstone, limestone. Come on, write on that point also. Sedimentary rocks can be either soft or like clay, mud. Either soft like clay or mud, or hard, HRD, hard, like sandstone, limestone. Whenever you are seeing the so-called red fort, if you go to Agra Fort, Fatehpur Sikri, what is the stone that is used for the construction? Sandstone, nothing but sedimentary rock. If you go to Red Fort, what do you need to see? Sedimentary rock. Don't see here and there. You see the stone. That is what the sedimentary rock. Got the point? Whenever you are talking about any rock which is layered by layered structure and it is formed due to the compaction, where it is called as a sedimentary rock. Is it clear? These are the properties of the sedimentary rock. We will be discussing the different types of sedimentary rocks after a small break. Go for a small break. After the break, we will be talking about different types of sedimentary rocks. Then we will come across another type of rock called as metamorphic rock. Yes, welcome back. Now, after the break, let us discuss something regarding the types of sedimentary rocks. Come on, give the heading as the types of sedimentary rocks. What are the different varieties of sedimentary rocks you can find? What are the different types of sedimentary rocks? Types. The first and foremost one is called as clastic. Clastic sedimentary rock. You write full. I have written only sedi, right? You write full. Is that okay? The next one is called as organic. The organic sedimentary rock. The third one is called as chemical sedimentary rock. These are the three varieties of sedimentary rock. whatever the explanation we have seen in the first half, like sedimentation, whenever other rocky materials are providing certain sediments and it is compacted to form, that type of rock is called as sedimentary rock, which is nothing but the clastic sedimentary rock. Whatever we have explained is about the clastic sedimentary rock. What is a clastic sedimentary rock? Nothing but it is a derivative of some other varieties of sediments. Maybe the other rock may be igneous rock, maybe a metamorphic rock. Even it may be a sedimentary rock. But whenever the sediments are separated from that parent rock, if the sediments are compacted, that forms a rock called as clastic sedimentary rock. The best example. What is the best example? Sandstone. This is the best example. Come on, write down the types. Clastic sedimentary rock. Clastic sedimentary rock. Clastic sedimentary rock is a compacted form of other sediments. Example, sandstone. Whenever the other sediments are compacted, other sediments is what? Maybe from the igneous rock, maybe from the metamorphic rock, or even maybe from the another sedimentary rock. If it is compacted to form the type of rock is called as clastic sedimentary rock. Then the organic sedimentary rock. What do you mean by organic sedimentary rock? Whenever the organic material piles one over other, is nothing but piling up. What do you mean by piling up? A series of layer by layer organic material, whenever it is piled up and get compacted, turns into a organic sedimentary rock. Right on? The organic sedimentary rock. When a series of organic compounds pile and compacts, compacts, pile up and compacts, it turns into organic sedimentary rock. Example. What is the best example? Coal is a organic sedimentary rock. Sir, can we call coal as a rock? Yes, coal is a rock. What type of rock? Organic sedimentary rock. Is it clear? That's why whenever you are seeing the coal is having all layers. Have you ever seen the coal one, which is very exactly just like a branch of a tree? But the moment once you are burning, it will be burning with great energy. Right? That is what the coal. The last one, chemical sedimentary rock. What do you mean by the chemical sedimentary rock? Whenever the compaction is taking place because of the precipitation, whenever the material get precipitates and get compacted, such type of rock is called as chemical sedimentary rock. Meaning what? Suppose if there is a area, suppose if this is a cloud, when the cloud is releasing the water droplet, the moment once the water drop reached onto the surface, within this gap, what happens? The raindrop is considered to be a very clear and the distilled water. But the moment once it travels right from the cloud onto the land, in between, it reacts with so many gases, especially the gas like carbon dioxide. Because of absorbing the carbon dioxide, the raindrops turn slightly acidic in nature. What is that acid that is present? That is called as the carbonic acid. This is called as the carbonic acid. When this raindrop, which is slightly acidic, falls on the rocks which are having some salts, the salts get dissolved within the carbonic acid. Since it is acid, it is having the ability to dissolve the salts that are present in the rock. What is a rock? Aggregate of minerals. There may be some salt minerals like maybe magnesium, like maybe calcium, right? Whenever the calcium is mixed in the water, because of carbonic acid, it is having the ability to convert the calcium, which is a salt, into a solution. Until this point of time, it was a solid material. The moment water, when it meet with the salts of the rock, it got converted into liquid, which is called as solution. Water plus some other minerals got clubbed. Therefore, it is called as solution. When this solution is taken to a water body, maybe a lake, maybe a pond, maybe a sea, or maybe a ocean, then what happens? Because of accumulation of all such type of calcium plus, what is it, acid? Carbonic acid, it converts into calcium carbonate. It converts into precipitate. It precipitates to form calcium carbonate. What is a calcium carbonate? That's hard rocky material. The hard rocky material that is called as simply the limestone. Got the point? What is the limestone? The moment once you are taking the very hard rocky material like limestone, if you dip in the water, what happens? Within no time, it gets converted into liquid. Nothing but it got dissolved. Can the rock can dissolve in the water? Yes. The very hard rock like sedimentary rock, the best example limestone, whenever it is meeting with the water, it gets converted into solution. The same solution, again it can get precipitated whenever the water evaporates. Whenever the water evaporates, what happens? The solution remains back. Water evaporates, the fresh water gets evaporates. When the fresh water gets evaporates, what is left behind? The carbonate material. It gets converts into again the rocky matter, which is called as chemically formed sedimentary rock. The best example, limestone. This is called as the limestone. Chemically formed sedimentary rock. The best example is the limestone. Is it clear? Come on, write down. Chemical sedimentary rock. It is a precipitation of dissolved minerals. It is a precipitation of dissolved minerals in the slightly acidic raindrop. In the slightly acidic raindrop. Slightly acidic raindrop. Example, limestone. Example is a limestone. That is the best example. Is it clear? You can write, calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is the best example for the precipitation that is formed due to the evaporation of the water from the lime water. Got the point? These are the varieties of sedimentary rocks. All these are the sedimentary rocks. Whenever we are talking about the sedimentary rocks are rich in the fossils, is what we have discussed. Now see the event that has happened during 90s. During 90s, what happened? In the year 1990s, especially 1990 and 1991, there was a war called as the Gulf War. See the rocks. The topic is rocks, but where we are seeing the connectivity. There was a war called as Gulf War. The war between Iraq and Iran. What are these two countries? They are the West Asiatic countries, rich in oil resources. When there was a war, majority of the countries in the world, they are not, these countries cannot supply the oil to these countries. One of such country was India, where the oil reserves were not there from the Iran. In fact, we are depending upon Iran for our 70% of domestic consumption. For the 70% of the domestic demands, where we are depending upon? We are depending upon the Iran. Iran used to send the oil to us and we are running our businesses here in India. That was the condition. When this is the condition, the war was there. Because of the war condition, Iran is unable to export the oil. When India is not getting the oil, the government of India has decided to explore the oil reserves in India. Until a point of time, there was no need to explore, and therefore the government wants to explore during 90s. When it wants to explore, the activity of exploration was given to some of the private companies, which is called as outsourcing, giving or entrusting the job to the private parties. What you are talking about right now as PPP. What is this PPP? Public-private partnership, right? On the same lines, what is the preceding concept of PPP? It's called as outsourcing, giving out to the private party. What is being given? The job of the government. What is the job? Exploring where the oil wells are located in India. This is the cost effective process, therefore it was given to the private party. It's called as outsourcing, right? In this process, the bidding was conducted. When the bidding was conducted, it is Reliance company which won the bid for the South Indian oil exploration, and for the Northern India, it was the Keynes India Limited from UK. This won the bid. When these people won the bid, they didn't drill wherever they want. In order to find where the oil is located, they didn't drill wherever they want to drill. What they first of all discovered, they came to know that 90% of the fossil fuels are located in the sedimentary rock. Therefore, they calculated the seam of sedimentary bed, where there can be very great seam of sedimentary bed. What do you mean by seam of sedimentary bed? Very huge sedimentary rock, where we can find very great seam of sedimentary bed. There every chance is there for the availability of the oil and natural gas. And these people, in that process, they came to know that one river called as Godavari River, which is the very old and the ancient river of India, since the river is bringing all the sediments, what is the duty of the river? It will be bringing all the dead plants, animals, along with this in water, everything is being brought, and it is keep on depositing along the delta called as Krishna Godavari Delta. Along the delta called as Krishna Godavari Delta. There these people discovered almost all 1 kilometer bed of sedimentary rock. The sedimentary rock was almost all 1 kilometer, just imagine. So great, huge sedimentation happened. Layer by layer, piling up of the matter in a layer by layer structure happened almost all for 1 kilometer of depth. There these people started drilling. The moment once they drill, luckily they found very huge amount of oil and the natural gas. Taking this as a clue, these people started identifying the oldest river of India. All the rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus are the young rivers, the modern rivers. But what was the oldest river? Now they discovered that one river was there. Which was the oldest river of this area? Saraswati River. And then they discovered the path of the Saraswati. To our shocking, not even a single person has even guessed that under the desert sands of Rajasthan there can be oil and the natural gas. Luckily, when they drilled in the great seam of sedimentary bed created by the Saraswati River once upon a time, some hundreds of years back, where the oil was there. Oil was discovered. No one even got even a thought like, there can be oil under the desert sands of Rajasthan. The oil was discovered, and the name of the oil well was Mangala oil fields. This is the discovery. Meaning what? The discovery of the sedimentary bed is very important for the exploration of energy resources. Is it clear? Why? Because it is only the sedimentary rocks which are rich in fossils. Clear? This is about the sedimentary rock. Then give the next reading as metamorphic rock. After the sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock. What are metamorphic rocks? What are metamorphic rocks? Sedimentary rock, yes, because of sediments compaction, you can find the rock. Then what is a metamorphic rock? What is a metamorphic rock? Metamorphic rocks are formed due to a process called as metamorphism. The first point. Metamorphic rocks are formed due to a process called as metamorphism. You write that point and stop writing. Metamorphic rocks are formed due to a process called as metamorphism. But what is metamorphism? Listen. What do you mean by metamorphism? Very, very important. Come on. Whenever any rock, you take any rock, maybe igneous rock, maybe sedimentary rocks, maybe even metamorphic rock, and if the metamorphism is applied, metamorphism, if a rock is subjected to metamorphism, then this rock, which is a maybe igneous rock, maybe sedimentary rock, maybe metamorphic rock, it loses the original characters. The characters of these rocks are done away with. it acquires new characters. It forms a newly characterized rock. A new rock is formed. What do you mean by new rock? Nothing but it is having new characters. Whatever the old characters are shaded out and it acquires new characters. Such a newly characterized rock is called as metamorphic rock. Then what do you mean by applying the process called as metamorphism? Nothing but when a rock is subjected to high temperature. When a rock is subjected to very high temperature, or if it is subjected to very high pressure, so great amount of pressure, or it is subjected to both temperature and pressure. Whenever it is subject to both high temperature and high pressure, then what happens? The very rock loses its original characters, get converts into a new rock. Such a newly characterized rock is called as metamorphic rock. Meaning what? Sir, you said that high temperature, high pressure, I didn't understand. What is the meaning? Take the sedimentary rock. Maybe this is a sedimentary rock, the best example, limestone. What is the characteristic of the limestone? Whenever the limestone meets with the water, it turns into solution. That is a property of the limestone. Wherever the limestone is there, come on, you apply some water, the moment once it is meeting with the water, it dissolves in the water. That is what the characteristic of a limestone. Now, when this limestone is underwent or undergone the process called as metamorphism, maybe high temperature, or maybe high pressure, or temperature and pressure. When the sedimentary rock like limestone is undergoing very high temperature, high pressure, the very limestone get converted into what is called as marble. It get converts into marble. What is a marble? Marble is a highly economically useful product. In fact, it is more in strongness, more in strength than that of this rock, because it has undergone a process called as metamorphism. The best example, what your Taj Mahal was constructed. You people love to go to Taj Mahal, right? It appears so beautiful. What it is, with what material it is constructed? Marble. What marble? White marble. Who is the parent of that one? Who is the parent of that one? Sir, can the rocks are also having parents? Yes, there's a parent. Got the point? Who's the parent? It's a limestone. If the rain is there on the Taj Mahal, do you think that the Taj Mahal get turned into solution? No. Why? Because it was originally having the character of converting or getting dissolved into the water because of undergoing very great process like high temperature, high pressure. Now it got trained, just like you. Very tough training. Got the point? Undergone the training of civil services. The very unpolished rocky material, if it is applied, high temperature, so great pressure, come on, pado, hardin, the people will be making a call and you are asked to read. Then you will become a collector. Nothing but a valuable material. Got the point? You will be losing all those characters which are not useful. Whenever the old characters are left and the new characters are acquired, then it is economically very useful product. That is what the marble, metamorphic rocks, highly useful in for the uses. You talk about any god idol. Right now, you will be going to the temple, right? Normally, you won't go to the temple at this point, but whenever there is an exam, just 1 week before, every day you will be going to the god. Bhagwan yaad aa jayega. Right? That God, normally the idols, not only the god idols, whatever the idols you are seeing, most of the one are made up of marbles. Whenever you are pouring some water on this one, do you think that they get dissolves into water or what? No, that is what the marble. What is the limestone? Is sedimentary rock, got converted into metamorphic rock called as marble. If we are seeing the other example like sandstone, when the sandstone is subjected to high temperature or high pressure or both, the very sandstone get converts into what is called as quartz. which is again industrially very useful material, quartz. Because it has undergone such a great process of metamorphism. Now it is economically useful material, but it was not economically useful. It is simply useful for construction purpose. Now it is a product, the input for the industrial purposes. Is it clear? Meaning what? Understand this one. What Agra Fort, what Red Fort, what Fatehpur Sikri is constructed with? Whenever you are moving from the Agra Fort to the Taj Mahal, from where to where you are moving from? You are moving from sandstone to metamorphic. Nothing but you are moving from the sedimentary rock to metamorphic rock. Got the point? That is the construction made up of the sedimentary rock. This is the construction made up of the metamorphic rock. That's it. Your journey is from sandstone to nothing but from sedimentary rock to metamorphic rock. If you visit the Dilwara temple of Rajasthan, you talk about any idol that is made up of marble. For that matter, any other idols, most of the idols are made up of the so-called marble. Got the point? This is what the marble, which is a metamorphic rock. Clear? The question, sir, when it is so economically useful, it is useful for the industrial purposes, can we manufacture the metamorphic rocks? Can we manufacture? Applying the temperature, applying the pressure, can't we apply the temperature? Can't we apply the pressure? Let us keep that one in a kiln, big kiln, and burn. Can we convert the sedimentary rock into metamorphic rock? No. We cannot make. That is a natural process. How it is happening? Come on, understand, like suppose this is a surface, this is a magma chamber. Whenever the magma is coming out onto the surface, what happens to those rocks which are present by the side of this one? These rocks are subjected to high temperatures. Whenever the rock is pushed, the rocks are subjected to high pressure. These rocks, by the side of the magmatic vent, there you can find the metamorphic rock. They are formed but naturally, not man-made. Is it clear? These are the metamorphic rocks. Come on, Gideon. Already have given the definition, right? Metamorphic rock are made up of the process called as metamorphism. Give the heading as metamorphism. What do you mean by metamorphism? When a rock is subjected to high temperature, when a rock is subjected to high temperature or high pressure, when a rock is subjected to high temperature or high pressure or both. Both means what? Temperature as well as pressure. Then the rock loses its original characters. Then the rock loses its original characters and acquires new characters. And acquires new character. Such a newly characterized rock is called metamorphic rock. Such a newly characterized rock is called as metamorphic rock, and the process is called as metamorphism. And the process is called acquires new characters. Such a newly characterized rock is called as metamorphic rock, and the process is called metamorphism. And the process is called as metamorphism. Example, write like this: sandstone. Simply like this, like sandstone, which is a sedimentary rock, on metamorphism converts into quartz. Also limestone, which is a sedimentary rock, on metamorphism get converts into marble. Again, it is metamorphic rock. Right? This is about the conversion of one rock into other rock because of high temperature and high pressure. When a rock is subject to high temperature, high pressure, then what happens? You can find the change in the properties. Such a change in the characters is called as the metamorphism. It's called as metamorphism. These are the best examples. Write this one. Right? Already written? Now, types of metamorphic rocks. There are different types of metamorphic rocks. What are the different types of metamorphic rocks? There are basically two types. One is called as foliated metamorphic rock. Foliated metamorphic rock, and the next one is called as non-foliated. The foliated metamorphic rock and the non-foliated metamorphic rock. In fact, all you people have seen this one. You might have seen the foliated metamorphic rock, but you don't know that is a foliated metamorphic rock. Where you have seen? Listen now. Whenever you are seeing any rock, where that particular rock is having some white lines, the strips of, bands of white lines. Maybe in the case of white marble, you will be seeing some yellow lines, the golden yellowish line. Right? It is not a layer. In fact, it is not a layer, but it is a band. It's a ribbon of different color. That line-like structures that are present within the rocks, metamorphic rocks, they are called as foliated. They are the strips of bands, or the ribbon strips. Ribbon strips means what? A belt of different color within the rock. This is called as foliated. But how they form? Whenever a rock is subjected to very high pressure, imagine like this. Suppose if this is a rock, when the rock is subjected to very high pressure, then what happens? All the similar minerals that are present within the rock are reacting to the pressure equally. Therefore, the similar minerals come to one particular area. Earlier, all the minerals are randomly distributed. Whenever you are pressurizing the rock, then what happens? Because of the pressure, all the similar minerals come close to each other. When they come close to each other, they exhibit different color because of concentration. Concentration at one point, what happens? You can find different color. That is what called as the formation of the bands, the formation of the line-like structures within the rock. Such a lined rock or bands of different colors within the rock is called as foliated metamorphic rock. What we are doing, according to the lines that are there, we will be arranging that one in a design and we will be selling that one into the market. Have you ever seen in the house or maybe in the showrooms where the rocks are arranged in such a fashion according to the lines are arranged as a design and they are sold in the market as a concept. Got the point? That is what the foliated. If such a rock, which is a metamorphic rock, and there are no bands, when there are no bands, such rock is called as non-foliated. Simply. Is it clear? What do you mean by foliated? Within the metamorphic rock, you can find a series of different color line. Different colored lines are there. Why different colored lines are there? Because of application of the pressure. Whenever the pressure is applied, similar minerals react similar to that pressure and all they come close to each other and they exhibit different color because of concentration. Because of coming close to each other. That is called as foliated rocks. Come on, write down foliated. Foliated metamorphic rock. When a high pressure is applied, and so temperature also, it's not like only pressure. Since it is pressure which can be understood very easily, I am giving the example like pressure. Also when the temperature is applied, similar minerals will be coming to one particular area and they will be exhibiting different colors. Okay? If a high pressure or high temperature is applied, if a high pressure or a high temperature is applied on any rock, the minerals react react, R-E-A-C-T, react to the pressure or temperature, and they align, A-L-I-G-N, and they align close to each other, giving a new color, and they align close to each other, giving a new color, C-O-L-O-U-R, color, which appears like a band, or strip, S-T-R-I-P, which appear like a band or strip on the rock. Such a rock is called foliated metamorphic rock. Such a rock is called foliated metamorphic rock. Such a rock is called as foliated metamorphic rock. Full stop. If no bands or strips are found, if no such bands or strips, S-T-R-I-P-S, strips are found, such a rock is called as non-foliated metamorphic rock. Such a rock is called as non-foliated metamorphic rock. Such a rock is called as non-foliated metamorphic rock. Now, see the metamorphic rocks that are present. Give the heading as the general order of availability. General order of availability of rocks in the Earth's crust. Meaning what? Give the heading as it is. The general order of availability of rocks in the Earth's crust. What is the general order of availability of the rocks in the Earth's crust? Suppose if this is the Earth's crust, meaning what? Where we are living. Suppose if this is the area where the people are living like this. Got the point? This is the crust on which we are living. If at all you are going deep in the inner layers, what type of rocks are dominantly found? It's not like only that rock is present. That rock is dominantly found. For the first 8 kilometers, right from the surface, if it is 0 kilometers, from the surface, if at all you are going up to the first 8 kilometers, the dominant rock that is found is the sedimentary rock. What are the dominant rocks you can find? They are the sedimentary rock, especially the rock like there is a rock called as shale rock. Shale is the best example for sedimentary rock. What is that dominant rock that is found in the first 8 kilometers of depth? It is a shale rock. Don't think that only shale rocks are found, but dominantly found. What do you mean by dominantly found? More in percentage. Whenever you are seeing other rocks are less in percentage, but the shale rocks are very high in percentage. That is what the shale rock, which is dominantly found in the first 8 kilometers of depth. As and when you are going further deep, for the next 15 kilometers of depth, the rock that is found here is called as slate. What is slate? The same slate where you started your education. Right? Don't remember? Whatever you have started your education, writing the same letter for number of times. Where you have written? The slate is a rock. See, your education started with a rock. That's why we started our topic with rocks. Got the point? This is what the slate, which is the best example for metamorphic rock. Why it is a metamorphic rock? Why it is a metamorphic rock? Now, tell me, why it is a metamorphic rock? One is that color change, then very good. Whenever you are going deep in the inner layers, what happens? Increase of temperature, increase of pressure is there. Therefore, the very rock got converted into a new type of rock. It has changed its character. What was the character of the shale rock? Shale rock was having layered by layer structure. Now, it is not a layered by layer structure. It is one rock. Right? This is what the slate rock. Because of this one, where you can find the change in the characters, where that's why it is called as metamorphic rock. Then further, whenever you are going further deep, like maybe 20 kilometers of depth, the very metamorphic rock further converts into again metamorphic rock. Meaning what? The character of slate got converted to another type of rock is called as schist type of rock. The name of the rock is called as schist rock. S-C-H-I-S-T, schist rock. Further, whenever you are going down, maybe some 30 kilometers of depth, again the rock converts into another type of metamorphic rock. Is called as, the name of the rock is called as gneisses. It's called as gneisses. The pronunciation should be gneisses, but the spelling is G-N-E-S-S-I-S. It's called as gneisses rock, which is considered to be the very hard metamorphic rock. Almost all equivalent to the hardness of the igneous rock. That is what the greatness of this gneisses rock, metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock, whenever it is subject to metamorphism, further converts into another metamorphic rock. Got the point? Then, if at all you are going further deep in the inner layers, if you go further deep in the inner layers, what happens? The very rock, whenever it is subjected to high temperature, high pressure, it converts into what is called as magma. It converts into molten rocky material. The moment once the molten rocky material gets solidified, what it turns into? Igneous rock. The best example is granite. Got the point? This is the general order of availability of the rocks in the Earth's interior. This is the order. Come on, take down the order. Is it visible for everyone? See, this is how the order of availability of the rock. Whenever you are going further deep, because of increasing of temperature and pressure, the rocks will get converted into magma. Whenever it is magma, it is the best example for the igneous rock. The moment once the magma get converted into rock, it is called as igneous rock. Is it clear? This is how the order of availability is there. Now, what is the news regarding the shale rocks? The shale rocks are in high demand right now. The shale rocks are in great demand right now. Why? Because these rocks, as they are layered by layered. What do you mean by layer by layer? Like this. All these rocks are in a layered by layer. Nothing but they are sedimentary rocks. In the layers, within the layers, some of the gas got trapped here. In all these layers, the gas was trapped. What is the name of the gas? The gas is called as shale gas. This is the shale gas. What is the shale gas? Whenever you are burning the shale gas, it is considered to be a very, very clean fuel than that of the natural gas. Whenever you are burning the natural gas, since it is a fossil product, definitely it will be giving out the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, some of the impurities, but the moment once you are burning this one, it will not give so great impurities as that of the natural gas. And therefore, it is in high demand. But what is there right now with India? Yes, the shale rocks are there. But what is not there with the Indian government is the technology to extract the shale gas. Though we are having the shale rocks on a good scale, ample number of rocks are there. They are the resources in which shale gas is also there. But what is not there with India right now? We don't have the technology to extract the shale gas. The only country which is having the very great technology to extract the shale gas from the shale rocks on a industrial scale, meaning what? On a large scale, is USA. The USA country is having the technology called as shale gas technology. The name of this technology is called as fracking technology. This is called as the fracking technology. What is this fracking technology? Piercing the rock into the, or drilling the rock into the, drilling the pipes deep into the inner layers of the rock and creating a big gap like this. Whenever the gap is maintained, within this gap all the gas will get accumulate, and from here the gas is extracted. This is what the technology simply, roughly. It's not so simple. If it is so simple, we would have all the rocks are there. Instead of gas pipeline, we would have kept one pump. Whenever we want the gas, we would have pumped from the deep inner layers. The technology is not so simple, right? This is what the shale gas. The other country which has developed some rudimentary type of extraction, means what? Is a crude form of extraction of shale gas, is China. The country like China started extracting the shale gas. But that technology, their technology is not so sophisticated technology. It is somewhat, it's a crude form of technology. Therefore, there are only two countries in the world right now, they are having the technology to extract, whether it may be crude technology or the sophisticated. At least China is having some technology, whereas we are not having that technology even. And in fact, the government of India is not interested right now. Why? Because, see, the government of India, if at all the R&D is being introduced in this one, definitely will develop a technology. In fact, the government of India right now is not interested in this technology, developing this technology, because for the extraction of the shale gas, we require huge quantity of the water. The water needs to be continuously pumped into the deep inner layers, and then the gas will be coming out on the other side. That is what the utilization of the resources for the extraction of other resources. As such, in India, where the groundwater reserves are depleting very fast, and even the surface water reserves are also at stake, therefore the government of India doesn't want to go for misutilizing the resources for the extraction of other resources. Maybe in the future we will be developing some other technology for the extraction of the shale gas. Right now we are having the shale rocks. Within the shale rocks we do have the shale gas, but extraction is not happening right now. Clear? This is about the shale rock, shale technology, shale gas technology. What is the concept? What happened? What happened in the past? On one fine day. See how we came about the shale gas. Listen this one. No way related to rocks or sedimentary or anything. Listen this story. One day, Iran announced that it is having very great technology called as nuclear technology. Right? How Iran got the technology? How Iran got the nuclear technology, the knowledge of nuclear technology? Not by developing the knowledge there, by purchasing from Pakistan. The father of nuclear technology in the Pakistan sold that knowledge to Iran. That is what happened, okay? The moment once the Iran started announcing that I am having the technology to develop the nuclear reactor for the purpose of producing electricity, this statement was unable to be digested by the other country called as USA. Because USA feels like if the nuclear technology is there with this fellow, we will be we are definitely the targets, and therefore that USA doesn't want to see that development of the nuclear reactor in Iran. Therefore, they want to stop the technology. They want to stop Iran people not to construct the nuclear weapon or nuclear reactor. What Iran said, we don't want to develop the nuclear bomb or the nuclear missile, but we want to develop the nuclear current, nothing but energy, for the electricity, for the civilian purpose, not for the military purpose. Because electricity can be generated due to the nuclear technology. That is what the Iran statement. But Americans are having some skeptic idea about these Iranian people. Therefore, they want to stop. Now they are calculating which country is providing so much of finance to Iran, how the Iran is getting so much of money to construct the nuclear reactor. For the construction of nuclear reactor, it requires some billions of dollars. From where it is getting the money from? They have calculated. When they calculated, yes, it is having the natural resources like oil. Because of the selling of the oil, they are earning more and more money, and therefore with that money they are constructing the nuclear reactor. Then they have seen to whom it is exporting the oil on a great scale. Then India came into picture. More than 70% of the Iran oil is purchased by India. And in fact, Iran and India are such a thick friends. When any conflict is there between India, Pakistan and Iran, Iran will be supporting India, not Pakistan. That is what the Persian government. Nothing but the Iranian government. Iran and India are very, very thick friends. Right? Whenever there is a conflict of interest between the India, Pakistan and Iran, Iran will be supporting India. That is what the friendship that is there between India and Iran. Now, India is purchasing more and more oil from the Iran. The USA people calculated it is the India which is supplying more money, and therefore with that money they are developing the nuclear reactor. Now they want to stop the purchase of oil from the Iran, and they came to India. Who came to India? It was the defense secretary, the then defense secretary, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton all the way flew to America, from America to India, and asked Manmohan Singh. At the point of time, our prime minister was Mr. Manmohan Singh. Manmohan Singh was given an order by Hillary Clinton. Mr. Manmohan Singh, stop purchasing oil from Iran. He said, yes, ma'am. Initially he said yes. Then immediately there was a meeting conveyed. When the meeting was conveyed, in the meeting, the question was raised, what is the shale gas? How the shale gas is working? From where we can extract? Then the geographers came to picture. Said that, yes, sir, there are certain rocks called as shale rocks which are greatly available in the earth's crust. In each and every layer of the shale rock, there is a gas called as shale gas. What we are having are the resources. What we don't have is the technology. Whenever the USA is very much ready or interested to supply the shale gas right from one corner of the world to other corner of the world, in fact, India and USA are opposite to each other, right? Why to supply the goods from one part of the world to other part of the world? However, we are having the resources. Why don't we extract the shale gas if they provide the technology to us? Manmohan Singh, please ask technology, not the product. Then Manmohan Singh went back to Hillary Clinton, very humbly requested, ma'am, why don't you give technology instead of the product? Then she became very angry. And she left. If at all you want to purchase the shale gas, you purchase, or else you don't purchase. You go and purchase the Iran oil. And she went out. These people never want to sell the technology. What they want to sell is the product. Right from then, we came to know about one gas called as shale gas. Till that point of time, we are not aware of the shale gas. Is it clear? That is what the knowledge. Whenever the knowledge is there, the substance can be acting as a resource. When the knowledge is not there, the substance will be a substance. Never we treat that as a resource. Is it clear? If you are having the bike and you don't know driving, then what happens? It will be simply a substance in your house. If you know driving, means what? When the knowledge is there, then it becomes a resource. Got the point? That is what the meaning. Is it clear? That is what the story behind the shale gas. This is the order. Shale gas is the best example for the sedimentary rock. Is it clear? The last topic of this rock called as the rock cycle. Come on, give the heading as the rock cycle. The last topic of the unit called as rocks. The name of the topic is rock cycle. What do you mean by rock cycle? First of all, listen this one. What is rock cycle? No rock is having permanency. What do you mean by permanency? We cannot tell that one particular rock is a igneous rock throughout its lifetime. No. Every chance is there for this igneous rock to get converted into sedimentary rock. How the igneous rock can get converted into sedimentary rock? Because of disintegration. Whenever it is disintegration, nothing but whenever it get disintegrated and sedimented, nothing but sedimentation, as the people have said rightly, sedimentation. On sedimentation, what happens? The igneous rock get converts into Sedimentary rock. When the rock turns into pieces and all the pieces are accumulated and they form to form a rock called as sedimentary rock. This very sedimentary rock can get converted into what is called as a very important rock, valuable rock called as metamorphic rock because of a process called as metamorphism. If the same rock, sedimentary rock, if it is subjected to metamorphism, then it can convert into metamorphic rock. If the metamorphic rock is subjected to magmatization, what do you mean by magmatization? Nothing but converting into magma. Whenever the rock is converted into magma, the other rock that forms from the magma is called as igneous rock. Therefore, there is no permanency for any rock. Any rock can get converted into any other rock. Not only this one, even the process is in the reverse way. Igneous rock can get converted into metamorphic rock on metamorphosis. The metamorphic rock can get converted into sedimentary rock on sedimentation. The very very sedimentary rock can get converted into igneous rock on magmatization. Meaning what? There is no permanency for the rock. At present, one particular rock may be a igneous rock, another rock may be a sedimentary rock, another rock may be a metamorphic rock. But we cannot confirmly say that that particular rock can remain as that particular rock throughout its lifetime. Every rock can get converted into other form. Igneous can get converted into sedimentary, sedimentary can get converted into metamorphic, metamorphic get converted into again igneous. This conversion from one stage or one type of rock into other type is called as the rock cycle. This is what the rock cycle is. Come on, write down. Draw this diagram. After the diagram, write down under this one. There is no permanency for the rocks. There is no permanency for the rocks. There is no permanency for the rocks. Any rock can get converted. Any rock can get converted into any other form, into any other type. Any rock can get converted into any other type. It is only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time. Full stop. Such a interchangeability, such a interchangeability, changeability, 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 such a interchangeability of the rocks is called rock cycle. It's called as rock cycle. Is this clear? This is what called as rock cycle. Every time each and every rock is getting converted into other type. And you can find these three varieties as the main varieties that are found over the earth's surface. Is that clear? This is a simple topic called as rocks. Very small, simple topic called as rocks. Is it okay? The next class we'll be talking about Earth's interior, which is a very big chapter where we need to know many other things. Is this every small concept is clear for you? If at all any doubts are there, you can raise the doubts, and at the same time, not only now, whenever you are in the middle of the class, suppose if at all I'm going little bit fast, or maybe some words, since you are new to geography, maybe some words you are unable to understand. The moment once you feel any type of difficulty, you simply raise your hand. I will stop myself and I will give a chance so that you can ask the question. Is it okay? Because of the new subject. And at the same time, subject is subject. Everywhere it is given in the same way. The same language, same wording, everything. But understandability should be different. If you can understand the simple things in a different way, then your presentation of the topic on the paper will be superb, and so you'll be given good marks. More the marks, good the post is. Is it clear? Yes. We'll stop here itself. We'll be seeing the Earth's interior in the next class. Fine? Come on. Take care. See you. Bye-bye and Jai Hind.